Hello. So today I'm going to take a look at some important updates in relation to the Employment Rights Bill in 2025. So this is UK employment law. Now, as a business owner or leader, these changes will impact you regardless of size of business. So let's take a look and see what we've got ahead of us. So the Employment Rights Bill, some of the key areas are on the screen here. The bill's completed its passage through the House of Commons and is now working its way through the House of Lords. That's any piece of legislation in the UK does that process. Now, unless any major amendments are brought forward by the Lords, it's always possible that they'll push back. But if they don't, then we expect the bill to gain royal assent this summer. So, whilst this could mean that some changes come into force as soon as autumn 2025, that's always possible. We do expect the majority to be implemented in 2026. So we've got further information. There's been some updates in terms of what many of the changes will look like. And I did do a video earlier this year on the Employment Rights Bill, so please take a look at that. There will also be an upcoming white paper which you'll have access to if you wish to take a look at. So keep an eye out for those and other changes. So what I want to do is just have a look at some of the key changes which may not have already been discussed, but will be relevant for you as we move through and see the bill become legislation. So one of the things to be aware of is tribunal claim limits. Now, the amount of time an employee has to put forward a claim is to double in length. It's currently 3 months, but this will extend to allow employees a 6-month time limit to make a claim. So just be aware of that. Currently, we talk about 90 days. That's going to double. For fire and rehire, the bill will make it automatically unfair to dismiss an employee for refusing a contractual change. The only defence will be dismissals if they're on the brink of imminent financial collapse. Although, having said that, the validity of this defence will be tested in tribunals, so be aware of that. In terms of unfair dismissals, then we currently have 2 years where employees cannot claim unfair dismissal from the point of starting somewhere. The bill will scrap that time limit, and the government is looking at replacing that with an initial period of employment where lower tests for unfair dismissal will be applied. We expect this to be a period of 9 months, could be 6, most likely 9. And what I would say is beware probation periods and not completing reviews before the end of probation, because that initial period could well be deemed a statutory probation period. In terms of the Fair Work Agency, this will be an enforcement agency created by the government and is designed to monitor and ensure implementation of employment rights within businesses. They'll have powers to investigate and also take action against breaches. Looking at a recent amendment paper, this is also likely to include the ability to bring employment tribunal claims on behalf of workers, even if those workers don't wish to make a claim themselves. Now, there's much more to the bill than what we've covered here. However, these are some key changes that I haven't mentioned before, I don't see being talked about out there. And there might be ones that you're not familiar with, hence why I wanted to mention them. Now, if you've got any questions or need further information, then please do drop a comment below or get in touch with me directly. In terms of getting prepared, you need to understand what you need to do, what's likely to change, review your current procedures, make sure your managers are up to speed. It's really tempting to say we've got time, I don't need to do anything right now, it'll be fine, I'll do it in the future. please don't wait. Some of this will be cultural changes that you need to make sure that you've made ahead of time and that everybody's familiar with. So manager training will be key, as well as start now, get a review, check to see where you are. And if you need any help in terms of what you're doing, then I'm here. You can always book a free consultation or free chat with me, and we'll work through it together. So that's what I've got for today. There'll be more updates coming from me as we move forward on this and other topics. So I look forward to catching you then. Goodbye.